Battlecry of Freedom by Ngakma Nor'dzin.
Part 2, the slogans. Slogan 49. Always practice with whatever makes you boil.
Kolwa namla tagtugom.
Regard the difficulties that arise, those that make you boil, as the greatest opportunities to engage the skills of riding. If the horse misbehaves and the rider becomes angry, the three ordinary methods of dealing with anger are to express it, suppress it, or dissipate it. Expressing anger at the horse's misbehaviour might involve shouting at the horse, whipping the horse, and generally being riled up, boiling. This adds fuel to the fire and will not help sort out the horse's behaviour. It is more likely to escalate it. To react in this way is to take the horse's misbehaviour personally, as an attack. The rider and horse become antagonists rather than riding partners. It is not possible to build a relationship of trust and confidence if the rider is continually experiencing and expressing anger. Suppressing the anger is like putting a cap on a volcano. It is still there, roiling and boiling under the surface, but outwardly there is calm. This control may soothe the situation in the short term, but the horse will become aware of the volcanic tension below the calm veneer, and it will endanger the relationship. Seething, unexpressed anger eats away at the rider. The sensation of the anger will make the horse nervous. Boiling anger that has been suppressed can eventually become frozen. Then the rider may withdraw affection from the horse. The rider no longer communicates openly. Care of the horse becomes a duty rather than a pleasure. This will also destroy the relationship. Dissipation is the least destructive of the three ordinary methods of dealing with anger. To dissipate the energy of the anger, the rider might make the horse trot for an extended period of time, or take it out for an unusually long ride. Alternatively, the rider may dissipate the anger apart from the horse through vigorous mucking out or energetically polishing tack. The anger will not harm the horse through expression or suppression, but dissipation will still hamper the development of a deep relationship with the horse, although to a lesser degree. Mind training enables the transformation of anger so that none of the three ordinary methods are applied. Transformation engages the energy of the boiling anger, but lets go of the conceptual content. It is the self-justification of anger and dwelling on what is viewed as the external cause of it that fuels the boiling. The horse has misbehaved and the rider is angry. The rider takes responsibility for the anger rather than laying the blame for it on the horse. The rider owns the anger and lets go of the concept of the horse being the cause of the anger. The clarity of owning the anger enables the rider to address the horse's misbehaviour calmly and patiently. The rider can quietly ask something of the horse, a change of pace, a schooling exercise, a halt and spring into canter, to back up, anything to engage the horse. If the horse responds, the rider can praise the horse. Then that is the end of it, and the ride continues. Bad behaviour and anger are left in the past. They do not need to be looked at again. If the horse continues to misbehave, the rider with clarity, rather than anger, is much more able to look at the cause of the misbehaviour. By avoiding a combative response, the basis of bad behaviour can be examined. Is the horse in pain? Is the horse misunderstanding or being asked incorrectly? Is too much being expected by the rider? So often the rider is the cause of a horse's misbehaviour.
Thubten Jinpa says, there is a real risk of losing your mind training in relation to those who harbour ill will against you, even though you have caused them no harm, and those you find unpleasant, even though they harbour no ill will towards you.
Anything which provokes a strong emotional reaction, which makes the practitioner boil, is the greatest opportunity to practice. Immediately engage mind training. Boiling is an experience of hot anger. Anger is said to be the most destructive of the afflicted emotions. The ordinary methods of dealing with hot anger, expression, suppression, and dissipation are connected to the three root misconceptions of attraction, aversion, and indifference.
Judith Leaf says, the moment we notice that painful tightening and constriction, that closing down, is the time to interrupt and undermine that whole destructive process. We can catch ourselves in the act, so to speak.